All right, here we are. I think right about now is a good time for. I know I said I was gonna stop the state of the skits addresses, but I feel like as the story goes on, I feel like we need those breaks, those little like moments to enjoy the little cliffhangers that are there. Lately, I've been going more off of feeling instead of sitting down and like trying to overplan things. I try to go where the story takes me because that keeps it exciting. That's what's. I feel like this last week, the last 2 weeks, have been more exciting for me as the creator, because I genuinely don't know where it's gonna go as opposed to over the summer where I was trying to kind of like, okay, let me plan out the week's storyline ahead of time and overplan it. But this, Jacob getting jumped, Joey getting killed, those were spontaneous, and I like that. I like that. What's exciting for me is Melissa's storyline with her paranoia and feeling as though Joey is still alive and feeling crazy and exploring her trying to be normal. Going to see her tires slashed, again, was it planned? And it's that exciting like twist. I feel like the last couple weeks there's been a little bit more twists, a little bit more cliffhangers. The difference is I know some of you saw the episodes were a little bit shorter, and I think that's fine. I like that because in the past it's like, okay, something good, something cool happened, right? And then in my head I was like, you know what? Let's push it. Let's try to make this episode super longer, right? But that it's counterintuitive. Sometimes when something crazy happens, end it right there. You know what I mean? Less is more a lot of the time, instead of dragging things out for like an extra ad or monetization purposes, I think what I've gotten back to in the last couple weeks is trying to make it as exciting as possible and as entertaining as possible, while keeping the emotion in it. It always goes back to emotion, and I always try to, with the show, my main goal always is to have you try and feel like you're in that situation. I always want you to ask yourself, what would you do and how would you feel? That's always the main goal. I know a lot of people tend to look at it like, well, how's this progressing the story, or this doesn't line up here. But what I really want is for you to like, emotion is always the most important thing for me with these stories, and you connecting to, when Mill is accused of doing something in the household during a visitation rites or whatever. How would you go about that? How would you feel about that? What would your mom do? Those are the most relatable. That's where I get the feeling from, because you can put yourself in the shoes of that character and be like, what would I do? That paranoia of Melissa, I can't imagine. Like when I'm playing her and I feel that like over the shoulder, like is someone out to get me? Like it's scary, and that's the emotion that I'm trying to get across there. One thing I want to say, which I think is if you're like a true fan and you care about this stuff, so many characters, you try them out and they don't work, right? I think for the character to work, I have to be comfortable playing them. I have to like look forward to playing them every day, and I have to be able to like draw something out of them. So I don't even remember the name. I always forget the name, dude. The name of Joey's brother, the chef, Santos, right? There was something about him that he's similar to Jacob, but for whatever reason, like I grew bored with Santo. I couldn't play him. It just wasn't sticking. Same thing with that crackhead friend that was almost the dad of Melissa's kid with the bucket hat. He lasted longer than I thought he would, but his voice, the way he carried him, he lasted longer. He had a longer run. But it's very hard to like, Melissa's so, when I started playing her, it just worked. There was no second guessing. There was no like, let me get in the character. It just worked. So for the first time in a long time, Jacob just works. There's something about him that, I guess because for me, I relate to him because he's like a free-spirited freelancer who tries not. He's refreshing because he's just not stressed about anything. He's actually a positive dude, so he's easy to play, and I think there's a lot to work with there. And I love how selfless he is. He's what everything Brian should have been. So yeah, hats off to Jacob for like actually working in the series. Like, I look forward to playing him a lot of the time, and he could be something. He could be one of the first characters that that bring us non-conflict in scenes. Like, I would love to explore more with. I don't know where the story's going with him and Melissa, but we'll see. Cassandra was almost kaput because of her hair. The wig was killing me, man. I like her backstory. I think at times her voice is too similar to Miranda, and that needs a work in progress. But I think there's a lot there underneath the surface, especially now that we saw her do that lie. Even though it came from a good place, what else is there? You know what I mean? So yeah, what you can expect moving forward is just more unpredictability, I guess. That's what I'm aiming for. And I don't ever want to come to the filming day and kind of like not be excited. I want to leave. I want to approach the day like, what's going to happen today? I don't know. Let's turn the camera on. That's kind of how it's been. And it's been exciting for me. I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's been working. And as a person that's got to get behind the camera and do this every day, it helps when I'm excited. So yeah, today, the whole body being pulled out, that wasn't planned. So that's cool. Where that goes, we'll see. But yeah, I just like that. Like, today I ended and was like, wow, I didn't expect Kristen and Mill to be fighting. I didn't expect Melissa to be living with Miranda. So who knows what'll happen next? That's exciting for me. Which last couple months, the over planning and overthinking, and I guess, I don't know. I've learned with myself that the best things for me come out when I don't plan them. With my short form skits, with stand up, I've learned about myself that improv is my main thing. Like, when I did my stand up show in New York, I had bits planned, maybe like 10 minutes worth, right? And I was telling myself, like, how the hell am I going to do a whole show? And I did 30 minutes improv, and it killed, you know? And that's what I take to the skits now. So I'm excited to see what the hell happens next week. All of these episodes today, it's funny, because yesterday I got no sleep. So last night I went to bed and I was like, tonight I'm really going to try to just catch up on the sleep, and I'll be refreshed to film in the morning. And then my son woke up at 1 in the morning and I was up from 1 to 5. So I went to bed from 5 to 8. And I woke up at 8 a.m., got my Dunkin', and had to film these skits. And it's so silly. It's such a silly job, dude, to be like exhausted and then like, all right, let's bang out this murder mystery, or, you know, it's weird. But everything you saw today It was on like what, a couple hours sleep, and I think it came out all right. My goal is to make the episodes good and not worry about length or how many episodes come out during the day. If it can be freaking a minute long and leave all of us wanting a little bit more and want to go to the next episode, that's the goal. Like, I need to get away from man, this episode needs to be 8 minutes and let's really bang. You know what, like, yeah, that's ideal, but it should always be good, you know? Like Mill going to identify the body, finding it out and all that, and then just ending it. And let's move on to the next one and see what happens next. I think that's more fun for me than she found it, now let's talk about it for 8. You know what I mean? Man, my bad if any of this was blurry. I didn't realize that it was blur, like my lighting. Yeah, that's another tricky thing with the green screen. Sometimes I gotta fix the lighting with that. I know, but yeah, my bad if some of this video was blurry. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. And I'll see you in the next one.